From what I've experienced, starting something new can always be an exciting yet an overwhelming process at times. One minute we're thinking about the future, all the possibilities and what our life will be like when we achieve the goals that we're going to set out to work towards, and the next minute we're comparing ourselves to someone else and thinking, I'll never be as good as them, so why should I even try? And doubt starts to creep into our mind. I have found myself in this situation many of times before, and it used to really hold me back from doing the things that I want to be doing, but they don't anymore. In this video, I want to keep it simple with you and share with you 3 things that have really helped me out when it comes to starting something new. I wanted to make this video because I've recently had a lot of new starts in my life. I moved countries from Australia to Switzerland, I started learning a new language, and I started this channel. Before starting all these new things and making all these big decisions, I actually really felt equipped to deal with all the challenges that were going to come this way. But when I thought about it, it hasn't always been like this for me. I've really been able to get to this place through some simple ideas that I've implemented, and that's what I want to share with you now. So let's get into it. The first thing I really find myself doing is making an intentional effort to cut out the comparison. It is so easy in today's world to compare our day 1 with someone else's day 100. And in our own minds, we're creating this mental competition from us of where we are now to that person that's much further down the line, which is completely ridiculous and totally unfair on yourself. What you don't see a lot on social media these days is people sharing with you where it is that they started from. That is something that you need to remember, is that everyone has to start from somewhere. What I find myself doing is remembering all I have to do is start from where I am now and use what I have. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Just start where I am now, use what I have, stop comparing myself to others so much and making this false competition in my own mind, and just try to get 1% better every single day along that journey. The second thing that I find really helpful is being aware of the emotional cycle of change that you're going to go through. Whenever you start something new, you are going to go through an emotional cycle of change, and it looks something like this. Everyone starts from a place of uninformed optimism. What this looks like is wanting to start a new venture or learn a new skill set and really believing that it actually can't be too hard. All I have to do is learn a couple things, do this, and I'll surely enough get there. You're excited about the journey ahead because all you've experienced is positive emotions, and it's been kind of fun and exciting to start this new thing. But the reality is that this doesn't last for very long. As you start working towards what it is that you've set out to achieve, you very quickly start to realize that it's going to be a lot harder than you thought it was going to be, and it's probably going to take twice as long. People very often refer to this place as the valley of despair. And from what I've experienced in my own life, as well as seen in many other people's, is that this is where most people quit. Most people give up on things when they realize that their unrealistic expectations are not going to get met. It's going to actually suck and take a lot of work to be able to get to where we want to go and learn that new thing or build that business or whatever it is. And your mind starts to question why it is that you're even doing this. Why are you putting yourself in this uncomfortable situation? You start to say to yourself, man, I had a very comfortable life before. Why am I even doing this to myself? And the real separator of what actually gets people through that valley of despair isn't actually a coach pulling you through that, isn't a mentor, isn't someone else and having to rely on other people around you to support you and push you through. The differentiating factor is that deep down in your own heart, you actually know that you want to be there, that you are driven and enthusiastic about going through that suck, learning, failing, repeating, getting better. Then you come to this place of informed optimism. Informed optimism still sucks, but it's starting to get a lot more exciting because you know what it takes and you're doing what it takes. And in reality, it actually becomes only a matter of time until you achieve the goals that you've set out to achieve or learn that skill that you want to learn. And as time passes and you keep doing what it takes and working hard and learning and getting better and better, you come to that place of fulfillment, you come to that place of success, and it is actually inevitable. The reason I share all those stages with you is because everyone goes through this emotional cycle of change whenever they do something new. If you can be aware that your mind is going to go through these changes, this emotional roller coaster, then it's not going to shock you as much. You're actually better equipped to deal with the challenges that are going to arise, and you know it's just part of the process. So you kind of ride the wave instead of just crashing and burning at the valley of despair. And this has been super helpful for me to remember whenever I do something new in my own life. If you're getting some value out of this video and you've made it this far, I'd appreciate it if you hit that like button. It does really help me out on my journey to make complex things simple and reach more people with these ideas that I have to share. And the last thing I do is about truly adopting a growth mindset about this area of interest. Adopting a growth mindset is about choosing to not be confined by our natural talents and abilities, and believing that we can learn anything we want through hard work and discipline. Two things that are 100% within our control. Everyone has areas of their life that they have a fixed mindset. I really believe that my artistic abilities aren't that good, and even when I try to draw things or paint, I never really seem to get better each time and pretty much sucks. But for me, that's not too important in my life. What is important for me in my life is things like photography, videography, learning a new language, and communication. If I had a fixed mindset in those areas of my life and I just said, oh well, this is all I've been given when I was raised, and my natural talents and abilities is all I have to settle for, and my life isn't going to get that much better, then I'm going to be confining myself and not really reaching my potential. So what I would really recommend you doing is being mindful of the areas of your life that you do have a fixed mindset, and if it is an important area, make an effort to actually change that and start to believe, really believe, that you can get better at this thing and learn what it is that you want to through hard work and discipline. From what I've experienced, when you adopt a growth mindset, life starts to become a whole bunch of learning lessons. Any challenge or obstacle that gets thrown your way, you actually see it as an opportunity to learn instead of just a nuisance and something to dread. And this is a massive paradigm shift that can actually really help you out in many different areas of your life. If you take anything away from this video, I'd really encourage you to just stop comparing yourself to other people, adopt a growth mindset, and be aware of the emotional cycle of change that you're going to go through. All of these things are going to help you start something new, and I really hope you've gotten some value out of this video. So that's it from me, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.